Good morning, everyone. I'm Chelsea Rogers with Wireless Dealer Magazine at CES 2012, and I'm here with Steve with Vivick. How are you this morning, Steve?
Great day here at CES.
It sure is. We're glad to have you. Thank you for being here. Steve, tell us a little bit about Vivick and what makes it different and special.
Well, Vivick's a really interesting company. They're based in Canada. They just opened up an office in California, and they're an accessories company, not very different on the surface from a lot of the accessory companies that you see here at CES. But here's the thing. Vivick has a couple things that really sets them apart.
Like what? Tell us about that.
Well, for one thing, they've got the full line of Apple products, and they have a lot of what everybody else has. They do compete on price. They compete very well on price, but they've got those 4 or 5 really unique products that kind of set them apart for the competition, which you really need to have at CES if you're going to really make a splash and gain a little bit of an edge.
Absolutely. What are some of Vivick's goals?
They're looking to make their inroad into the U.S. market. They're not yet in distribution or circulation, which is, of course, why we're out here at CES, is to build those relationships, get an online presence, and then ultimately get a bricks and mortar presence. And they're getting that. They're getting those meetings. That's
great. And did you bring some products today that you'd like to tell us about?
Oh, absolutely. We got some great things here.
Great.
This is a solar panel recharger, and it's got your USB ports here. You can use this actually out in the sun to recharge some of your personal electronic items. It'll hold a charge for 4 or 5 hours once it's fully charged, and then you can use it as a portable battery pack. Wow. So that's a great item.
That's very incredible.
This is probably our signature item. It's a waterproof iPad holder. You can take this into the pool with you. You can take it into the bath. Heck, you can even fall off a boat and still text for help.
Really?
If you have to, yeah. So it's a life-saving device.
That absolutely is.
I wouldn't use it for flotation, though.
It's not like an airplane seat that works for 2 different things?
Well, I wouldn't want to have to test that. Okay. This is a USB port. Not so different, except that it's got its own little compartment, which is which I've actually seen plannings put in here, and it's got a little port for chips, video chips, and of course your external ports. And here's a really cool one. This baby is a scanner and a projector. You actually scan items. It's not plugged in right now, but it's got a light that will scan items, and if you hook it up to a laptop, it'll scan and then project out onto a wall. This is really cool.
That is really cool. I love that.
Yeah. So, Vivick, they're making their mark here in the U.S. They hope to have some of these products in distribution by second quarter. Again, still working on some of the bricks and mortar relationships, but certainly they'll have an online presence in the next couple months.
That's great. So are any of the products available now?
Actually, no, not yet. What I've brought here are all prototypes. They've all been manufactured, and they've gotten some really good reception. In fact, a lot of not only the media but the buyers that have come to the booth have wanted to purchase the products, flat out, and haven't been able to.
That's great. So you guys are getting a lot of good feedback.
Actually, we're getting a ton of good feedback. The media coverage has been really positive. And what's really interesting? There's so many companies here with phone holders, with iPad holders, iPod holders. And, a lot of unique designs, a lot of flash, a lot of glitz. These guys have kind of the same, but for some reason, people really seem to love it.
Yeah, it seems very different.
Yeah, it is, and as I said before, you really have to be different to stand out, both here at CES and once you get into the marketplace.
Absolutely. Well, I'm very excited for you guys.
Thank you, Chelsea. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here with us today.
It's my pleasure. This is great.
And I'm Chelsea Rogers with Wireless Dealer Magazine.